Hi, you guys. Welcome aboard. Today was just a nutty day. I mean, it started at about 4 in the morning and just, it was flying. The shit was flying. And a lot got accomplished. But there was this insane feel, everything, everywhere, all at once. That's what it felt like. And so it required, in fact, rather than a severe attention, a hypervigilance, it somehow required a softening. Not to try quite so hard to focus on each thing and compartmentalize and think ahead and think what just happened, what's going to happen. It put it into a kind of hyperspace. At once. That's movement for sure. That's a little bit everything, everywhere, all at once. BB. Can be a conversation or just an expression of energy. Wands are directional. So it might be like pointing to a specific locale. They tend to start in one place and arc up and land somewhere else. It also could be some kind of connective tissue between these two places. That's what I'm getting, is like two, so it can be a card of travel. Tell us about this Eight of Wands. What say you, Eight of Wands? Oh, bugger. That one's been popping up so much, Five of Cups. Well, it's addressing some kind of emotional loss. The regret of the missed opportunities, of these lost feelings that are just spilling out on the ground. It's almost like if you have your love and it's a liquid and you pour it into sand, it just, in this case, it looks like blood. It's like blood, sweat, and tears. It probably would be a lively conversation, but not necessarily an easy one. Ten of Wands. It might wrap up a cycle. It might really put to rest, lay down the burden of whatever went down that was sorrowful, that was almost like a kind of death of a connection. Water energy, Cups energy. So I think it takes a lot of courage, a lot of fire, a lot of chutzpah to have a conversation where you're going to address your responsibility for perhaps having put somebody else in this position. And I don't think it's you. I think it's the other guy. But it wraps up some kind of, it brings some kind of resolution to this situation that maybe wasn't resolved before. Like you were just left trying to process the connection, the meaning of the connection, process your feelings, trying to figure out the other guy's feelings. And it was like too much weight being put on you. It could be flip-flopped, because this is like a back and forth energy. I mean, you might have made each other sad. You might need both of you to end cycles. I think that whatever it is, this conversation is a good start. It's a good start. Yeah. Two of Swords. The conversation may be about what stopped it, what got in the way. It was almost like twos can be a decision, but I see this as almost like what stopped the conversation before. you know, the swords, the communicative energy were blocked. The communicative energies were blocked. Somebody couldn't talk about it anyway, you know? Couldn't put it into words. Is that correct? Yes. Okay, under 5 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. Apparently a lot was at stake here. You know, it could be the loss of a home, of a situation where you were living together with somebody, you know, and they're gone. It's like the, I'm getting almost like the echoes in the empty rooms. This is like a card of home, family, but also can be like legacy and a very well-appointed home, you know, a big home, a valuable home, a accommodating place. It could be mourning the loss of, yeah, that common home that you might have shared with this person. And somebody doesn't want to talk about that. Or didn't. Under 10 of Wands, 10 of Cups. Another cycle wrapping up. But this is sort of joy, love, happiness. All the people you're, you know, well, not all, but the close connections. Everybody in the closest circle of affection. You know, in terms of how you feel about each other and in real life. Three tens. This could be regret, you know, regret that all these cycles have wrapped up. You know, the good, the bad, and the ugly, all gone. And somebody might be consoling the other person in this conversation. What's going on with these cycles? What's all these 10 cards? What's being resolved or brought to fruition, or what's happening? Okay. Major Arcana card of the world, the big cycle. You know, all these little component 10 parts. You put them all together, you get the world, you get, I mean, because they're all the astrological, the four, I think they're cardinal points. But it's each energy is represented. And this is the big closing out of the cycle, the beginning of the next thing. This person is poised to walk through. These people. That's on 10 of Cups. World is on 2 of Swords. So it might have been, there was this kind of opening because all these other situations had been resolved, had been closed out. Doesn't mean like spat out. It just means that they hit some note of resolution. And so big change time, a whole new world. And the thinking brain might have said, you know, there must be another choice. You know, I know there's got to be another option. That's too much to look at, you know. I can't little me go through this major transformation. Because it'll change everything. You know, where you live, who you live with, who you love. complete reordering of priorities. And I think too, this can be a card just of regret, you know. There's some sort of crossroads I'm approaching. One path leads through this portal of major arcana change in the psyche, which then ripples out into everyday life. And there's some sadness around that 5 of Cups because, you know, there's almost no going back from this, or that's what the person feels. Like it's closing a door on something and there's regret about it. And I think that's where this I don't even want to think about it energy comes from. Lovers here on 10 of Cups. I mean, that's very nice. 10 of Cups, you know, kind of as good as it gets. This is a card of choice as well, like that 2 of Swords. And in sword energy, it's a card of Gemini. Air energy. Big choice to do with your partner, to do with what makes you this kind of happy. It's a bit idealized, in the not in the sense of being unattainable, but just it has this element of sword energy, of thinking about it, of seeing it, of conceiving of it. On 8 of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. Well, it's somebody slow walking something. They might even be explaining why it took so long. There may be a conversation, you know, why both people were, for whatever reason, put into slow gear. And I think for this person we've been talking about, it's the sadness they have at closing out a cycle with somebody or with some place. Eight of Wands, card of movement, right? Moving on slowly, step by step. I mean, I don't know if you've ever gone, you know, moving is hard. You know, it takes a long time. And even if you're just moving into a place for a couple of weeks in the summer, you know, trying to figure out what you need, what you don't need. A lot of decisions involved. Takes a long time to physically do it. So you've got both flow and slow. 8 of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. On 10 of Wands, yes, that anxiety in sword energy. This could even be, you know, did I make the right choice? I'm afraid I might not have made the right choice in air energy. Gemini. I happen to think, looking at this situation, like it was absolutely the right choice, but it was it was risky and it was scary. Involved a lot of second guessing and third guessing, fourth guessing, all the way up to 9, you know, just as high as you can count almost on both hands. And this is somebody who really doesn't want to, like this energy, I don't want to look at it. I've got my head in my hands. I'm blindfolded. I'm blocking communication. This person's worried about closing out a cycle. Okay, on a 5 of Cups, this regret overdoing it. 6 of Pentacles. This might be, you know, having to divide resources. For some reason, I'm just getting a sense of choosing a different partner, which changes everything, world. And the conversation might be with the person that's getting left behind. But there's something is being fairly divided. You know, we got the scales here. Somebody is meting out equal amounts to both people, and they're both feeling needy right now. There's a little bit of a, you know, I want my fair share. You know, I regret this move, perhaps a literal move, but I want my cut. This cycle is not closing out easily. 5 of Cups, 9 of Swords. But that, I mean, it's getting done. It's like, we're doing it. We're doing this, Wands energy. And this is the last, you know, it's like the last load that you have to get off your back. Or they do. On 10 of Pentacles, yes. Oh my God. Ace of Pentacles. Okay, end of the cycle. You know, going all the way to the 10, back to the 1. Ace of Pentacles. It's like a restart. This can be considered a card of Capricorn. Also, I've heard people reference Aquarius. Earth energy. And this is a seed of the new thing. It's the new cycle. And in prosperity, you know, this opportunity. And there's this gate in the background. You know, it's like you could have this life. You have to take the first step. And you may have to, you know, remember I said something about a reset? You might have to go back to the beginning again. Back to square one. It might even be, I mean, this could signify money or land or something like that being divvied up, which is not making either person happy. But there is a new beginning. You know, on the other side of this portal, you're entering into your new life. And I think it's together. And I think it's, you know, it may be idealized in a way, like you're having this vision of it as being just otherworldly good, but I think it looks like it might be otherworldly good. I mean, this bright, shiny, new, golden future that you could build together. This 10 of Cups, Lovers. Let's see, what do we got? Oh yeah, we can do a little more. Okay. Tell us about, please, the anxiety at closing out the cycle. You know, what's plaguing this person? King of Wands. Well, this is an energy of the one who does things, the one who's decisive and strong, sometimes even considered a little arrogant. Just, you know, self-confident for sure. I mean, I think it's possible to be scared, to be anxious, and self-confident at the same time. Like I'm self-confident, you know, I closed out this cycle. That's what I did, Wands energy. And then there was a moment of like, what have I done? But this person, if that's what it is, regains their footing quickly. Their footing. And is going to, you know, move into a more authentic approach to the world. And it involves the energies going back and forth between you two, which are undeniable. You don't even need to talk, right? It's happening through your intuition, Wands energy. On Knight of Pentacles, yeah. Four of Swords. So it's a slow and slightly methodical healing process. And at this point in the development of this, in the evolution of this situation, it's a time of not talking, because this person's in retreat. They're sort of in the inside the church. You know, almost like, well, certainly not speaking and not move. I mean, they almost look like the dead guy. But it could even, oh gosh, we got this the other day. Well, any healing business that's carried out slightly behind the scenes, not talked about a whole lot, but is really proceeding at a very steady pace. The flow, this Eight of Wands, comes back slowly. I mean, to go from not speaking to full-on conversation back and forth, Eight of Wands, would almost strip the gears. You know, you've got to sort of move it into first, second, third, fourth, this, you know, not missing a step in the healing process. And it's healing the ability to communicate. I love this reading. Tell us about Two of Swords, the world. What might have been blocking this new stage, or, well, it's been overcome, whatever it is. And it's funny because I saw this earlier. It flashed by while I was shuffling or something. It's strength. It's a card of Leo. Major Arcana card of, you know, courage, forbearance, hanging in there. And fire energy. Somebody is brave. They really are. This is not an easy one. And it's, you know, the words perhaps don't come easily. The intent is really clear. King of Wands. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to close out a cycle. But this person does it. They may have to pay somebody off. They may owe money to somebody. They may have to divide land or resources. And it's stressful. You know, it agitates their mind. And then there's this ability to heal the agitation just by being quiet and not talking to anybody for a while. And that kind of replenishes their desire to enter into a passionate exchange verbally, but possibly also, you know, in other ways as well. On Lovers, Nine of Wands. You know, this decision to follow your own happiness. You know, to go to the place and the people that you really love. I mean, it's the place is determined by the heart. It may be a physical place, 10 of Pentacles, but it's yeah. And it took a while to get there, you know. This is the Wounded Warrior, the 9 cards. Somebody was determined, Wands energy, I'm going to do this. But it took a while and it took a toll. 9 of Wands, 10 of Wands. You know, it's kind of like the last effort, the last, you know, I'm pretty beaten up, I'm tired, but I'm going to do this one last thing and close out the cycle. 8, 9, 10 of Wands. Okay, can you tell us anything about the conversation, and then we'll close it out. 9 of Wands. I think you might be dealing with a fire sign. I mean, we've got the King of Wands taking the action. This is how he's going to do it. You know, I mean, this guy, this is a no holds barred energy. I don't hold back any longer. I've completed this cycle, you know, and it scared me, yes, but I did it. And now I have a passion and a purpose as the King of Wands. And, you know, I'm getting on my fire pony. And I am booking it. I'm following my intuition and my passion. It's almost like, you know, as this guy runs away, this is the dust, the trail of dust. It's a little bit like, we got it going the right way? No. You know, eat my dust. They're gone. They're just, you know, it took a while to heal. And like at the stroke of midnight, this person is off and running. And they're running in that direction. You know, Wands energy, they know where to go. They're not wasting any more time. Time has been a factor here. 6 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, you know, and Pentacles can speak to time. But it's all been spent in that money analogy. It's been spent in service of getting it done, you know, starting at the beginning, seeing something all the way through, going the distance. Going the distance. But then there's some, you know, there's suddenly the messenger horse goes from clip-clop to like gallopy, raring to go. And I think we need to know one more about the energy that's, oh, okay. Might be going toward an earth sign. But I think this is the same person. You know, they're going fast, they're going passionately, but they're not destabilized. King of Pentacles is very stable. You know, they're not in any kind of precarious frame of mind. They're not so impulsive that they've entered danger territory. This is somebody really established and present. This might be what's fueling them at the moment. Somehow, the knowledge somehow that they're healed. They're healed. They understand that they are sword energy. You know, they've really overcome whatever burden it was. They closed out the cycle. Might be dealing with a Leo or Gemini or Capricorn or an Aquarius. I mean, really. And I think we get one more, please, Spirit, on this Knight of Wands, King of Pentacles. Well, we got 3 more. If it's really long, I'm going to do a part 2. Okay. There's the I'm not moving energy. You know, I'm secure. I'm secure. I got my Pentacles life buttoned down. You know, and I'm anchored. And possibly in a way that holds me back, holds this king back. He may be overly concerned with money or property or something like that, or was in the past. He may have been stuck for 4 years. We've got these 2 4s. Stuck for 4 years. And then suddenly there's this time out and something happened in the healing process, in their way of thinking about it or understanding it or seeing it. Even though they'd been stable and still for a long time, maybe hanging on to their station in life or their house or their money. Now they're inspired to hit the road, Jack. And we have 2 more page energies, fresh, new, young energy. You know, this I always think of as the man boy, because it's a page of wands, but it looks, this person looks like they're bluffing a little bit. They've got this big puffy coat and they look sort of like an aging boy, some kind of Peter Pan business. But it's also a sense of direction and of striking out on a new path. And I think it's a man boy because this person took a long time to mature, King of Pentacles, to come into their own. And I think they were shut down for a while, maybe for 4 years. 4 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords is 8. 8 in Major Arcana is strength. So they like overcame their own resistance to passionate forward movement. They've picked the path. You know, they know where they want to go. Wands are directional. They know where they want to go. And now they're going. And this is a card of kind of the clean slate. It can be a card of observation or of a need to gain more information. It can be the lesson. It's supposed to split the deck. Queen of Wands. We have the King and the Queen of Wands now. Queen of Wands, mystic of the deck, of the minor arcana, fire sign, spicy, proud, outgoing. You know, she's easy on the eyes. She can attract people right to her. Somebody may be watching her. This can be considered a card of like spying or seeking information. Okay, 2 more. There she is, beautiful Queen of Wands. Judgment, a card of second chances and second life. Also a card of decision. Decision. Who do I love? Who is my match? Who is my mate? Major, major, major arcana card of the crossroads. And of new life. Right above it, a card of new life. Ace of Pentacles. And I think this is the memory of separation, the heartbreak of separation. I mean, something happened. It could even be that this decision broke somebody's heart. It could have been a third party. Remember, because I said they're dividing up their assets. There's sadness and regret on both sides. Six of Pentacles. You know, and this looks like almost like somebody's ready to whack at it. Or learn from it. You know, what do you learn from your pain? What do you learn from separation? When you really look into it, what do you know? And I think part of what you know is that you're alive. You know, second to last card in the Major Arcana, last card in the Major Arcana. Do I enter new life? Yes, I do. Yes, we do. And truly, by studying Queen of Wands energy, you would know how, studying it, you would know how to address heartbreak. And in part, Queen of Wands would say, you know, yeah, that hurt, but I'm intact and I go on. I am forward moving. She's found her match. Yeah. Eureka! Ace of Wands. A lot of fire energy here. And we have another one of those. The end of the old cycle, the beginning of the new thing. The new passion, the new purpose. Card of great passion. I mean, really, it can be like raw passion. And between a king and a queen of wands, is that what you'd have? Yes, it would be like the sparks will fly. Sparks will fly. There are so many wands cards here, I can't even really count them up, but billions and billions. New beginnings all over the place. A new phase. What's getting a second chance? This relationship. They're entering a whole new world, a whole new experience, a whole new plane of existence. You know, it's not the old life, it's the new life. And as good as this was, it's even better. You know, this exceeds somebody's expectations, particularly because they've tried so hard. You know, they really have. And now they've completed the cycle and come out the other side stronger than ever. Tested and tried. We have on the board, just looking for the major arcana here. Okay, I don't think that one has a astrological reference. But it's absolutely the next phase of life. These guys might not be, you know, they're not youngsters, I don't think. There's some page energy here. There might be children involved. But there's a lot of things that speak to a lot of time, a lot of legacy, a second chance on love, on life. Capricorn, Gemini, Leo, And I guess that's it. I had thought there were many more major arcana. You're being reborn. This relationship is being reborn. It's coming back stronger than ever on the basis of Capricorn, hard work to work through these cycles. Slowly but surely. Somebody did take their time, but they had a cycle to close out. You know, it really, this person's very responsible, and they weren't just going to leave everything in rubble. You know, they were nervous about their responsibilities, King of Wands. So they may have held back for a while, you know, till things stabilized out of the gate. I love it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, my love and affection goes out to you guys. I love you all, and I'll see you next time. Subscribe, please. We're just about to go over 900. It would be, I'd do a dance. I'll do a dance on camera. Or if you beg me not to, I'll spare you that. But yeah, I'd love to just get over that hurdle. It would feel pretty good. Okay. All right. Later.